Large monstrosity. Challenge 10. Greetings, you miniature giant space hamsters. I hope you're doing well. My name is Graham. This is the Crack-A-Pack on LRRMTG, which is brought to you by Card Kingdom. Check out cardkingdom.com/LRR and perhaps find some cards from here that you would like. And here is a pack of Magic the Gathering, Commander Legends, Dungeons & Dragons, Battle for Baldur's Gate set booster. A deck master game. This was given to us by Trikronos at MagicCon Atlanta 2025. One of our more recent acquisitions at time of recording. Let's get into it. First up is a foil stamped art card. Oh, what? I didn't know they did these actually. That's really cool. So it's the Guardian Naga with a foil stamp on it, which I think is from the artist. And then on the back, it's the D&D stats for a Guardian Naga. Large monstrosity. Challenge 10. Armor class 18. Hit points 127. Speed 40 feet. Attack, spellcasting, bite, or spit poison. Strength 19, dex 18? Hold on. 19, 18, 16, 16, 19, 18? That's very good rolls. I question this Guardian Naga's stat block. Check their dice. All right, into the pack. First up, we have a forest, which is only really notable because this was the set where the basic lands had flavor text. You're on your way home when you spot the gates of a strange city, one that isn't on the map and wasn't here when you traveled this path 4 days ago. Dun dun dun. I ignore it and go home. Please. Charcoal Diamond, but fancy looking. It's a 2-mana artifact. It enters tapped and it taps for black. This is the sort of the like D&D sourcebook visual style, which I quite like. Breath Weapon, 2 and a black. For an instant, it deals 2 damage to each non-dragon creature, because dragons, they can handle it. They can handle the heat. No one else can. Speaking of dragons, probably the least interesting dragon in the set, meaning no offense to the Shardolin Dragon. It's a 6-mana artifact creature. It's a 4/4 with flying. Look, sometimes you gotta run a 4/4 flyer for 6 colorless mana, and you're like, I need a dragon, so I guess your time is now, Shardolin Dragon, get in. You see, when you have dragons like Scaled Nurturer in the set, Dragonkin, 1 and a green for a 0/2 Dragon Druid. Tap to add a green. When you spend this mana to cast a dragon creature spell, you gain 2 life. Right? Combo. Get your Breath Weapon. Get your Scaled Nurturer. This was Commander Legends. This was the draft commander, so you take 2 cards out of this pack, if I recall correctly. I feel like every time we draft something like this, I have to look it up and remind myself. So you could take, don't, because these are not good first picks. We haven't even gotten through 5 cards yet. You could take the Scaled Nurturer and the Shardolin Dragon at the same time. Or a different dragon, like this one. Nimble Claw Adept, 3 and a blue for a 2/3 Dragon Wizard with Bigby's Hand. Tap to untap 2 other target permanents. Activate only as a sorcery and only once each turn. A bigger, more powerful version of Mage Hand, but it's called Bigby's Hand. I'm only just looking at the art for this one for the first time, and it's like the way it's like, it's found the button. Let's put it that way. Moving on. Ambitious Dragonborn, 3 and a green for a 0/0 Dragon Barbarian. But wait. It enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control and creatures in your graveyard. So it'll probably be larger than that. This is the set where every time that I read the cards from it, I have to sort of like double and triple check to remind myself that what they do, because of course when they brought this set to Arena, where I played most of it, a bunch of the cards were not, well, some of the cards just weren't there, but some of the cards also were different. And I think this one was different in some way, but I can't remember what it did on Arena. Just 2022. I don't remember a lot of 2022. Skullport Merchant, 2 and a black for a 1/4 dwarf citizen. When Skullport Merchant enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. And for 1 and a black, sacrifice another creature or a treasure, draw a card. Nice. Good stuff there. Like that one a lot. That's an uncommon. We're already into the uncommons because of how these packs work. Mahadi, Emporium Master. See, I don't think I've ever seen this card in my life. 1 black-red for a 3/3 Cat Devil. At the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each creature that died this turn. Welcome to the Wandering Emporium. Feel free to browse the bazaar. We have everything a lost soul could want, need, or afford. Cat Devil. Is that why its hands are backwards? Huh. Weird. Yeah, I don't think this one made the leap to Arena. I don't think I've ever seen Mahadi before. Interesting. Split the Spoils. 2 and a green for a sorcery. Exile up to 5 target permanent cards from your graveyard and separate them into 2 piles. An opponent chooses one of those piles. Put that pile into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Reminder text, piles can be empty. Oh, I see. So you can just put everything in one pile and go, do I get these 5 cards in my hand or do they go in my graveyard? And it's very possible that both of those could be bad for your opponent. I still remember, this is the sort of thing where you would say I fondly remember, but this was not fond. The first time that someone got me with a Gifts Ungiven package, when they were like, all right, here's 4 cards. I get, 2 of them go in my hand and 2 of them go in my graveyard. And I'm like, if you put those 2 in your hand, then that's bad. But if you put them in your graveyard, then the 2 that do go in your hand, then you just get them from your grave. But wait, hold, what? Wait, I just lose. And my opponent's like, yeah, that's how Gifts Ungiven works. And I'm like, oh. Well, now I don't like it. I don't think Split the Spoils is that powerful necessarily, but it's a similar vibe, I suppose. OG, the Exquisite Blade is our next card. 2 white-blue for a 2/3 human monk. When OG enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life and scry 2. And whenever you cast your second spell each turn, exile up to 1 target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. So you get to just blink stuff, possibly OG. OG would be a great blink target because it doesn't say another creature. Just blink OG and gain another 2 life and scry 2. I'm confident that OG made the leap to Arena unchanged. Because I think this is exactly what this card did when I played with it. Pretty cool. A background. Now, the backgrounds were a sort of a cool idea because again, you're drafting a commander deck is what you're doing with this. And you could have your commander and a background, right? Like you're building a character, like you're making a D&D character. And so this background is Dragon Cultist. 4 and a red for a legendary enchantment background. Commander creatures you own have, at the beginning of your end step, if a source you controlled dealt 5 or more damage this turn, create a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. Now, I should say, not every one of these legendary creatures let you do that. I think it might have only been the monocolored ones, or maybe only certain ones. Like Mahadi and OG, you couldn't have the background with, but there were other creatures that would say like choose a background, and then you'd be like, oh, I have this bear who is also a dragon cultist. And here's another background: the Sword Coast Sailor, 1 and a blue, legendary enchantment background. Commander creatures you own have, whenever this creature attacks a player, if no opponent has more life than that player, this creature can't be blocked. Also, this is a etched foil, which is neat. Something I very much appreciate about the art direction for this is that every one of these backgrounds, the character is obscured. They're either fully clothed or masked or hooded or facing away from camera. You know, that it's all like, oh yeah, that's my character there. Even though it just for like body shapes and stuff, it doesn't necessarily work. But I appreciate the notion that it's about the setting and the role, not the character. And I think that was handled very well. We've got 2 cards left and a construct token. And One of them's foil, and both of them are rare. First, Gorion, Wise Mentor. Green, white, blue for a 3/4 human wizard with vigilance. Whenever you cast an adventure spell, you may copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. I didn't know they made Lucky Clover a person. Ooh. That's fun. I gotta go look up Gorion decks after this. I bet people hate them. You're safest in Candlekeep, Abdel, but I cannot keep you from the world forever. That's right, old man. With your adventures. And finally, another rare, like I mentioned, it's the Robe of the Archmagi. 2 in blue for an equipment. Whenever the equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you may draw that many... You draw, not may. You draw that many cards. It equips for 4, or it equips to a Shaman, Warlock, or Wizard for only 1. Because, you know, it's a wizard robe. Other people can use it, but, like... Anyone can wear a robe, but it's harder to get the value out of it unless they already can do magic stuff. I do like the idea that it's like, oh, no, this robe, it's only for wizards. Like, what do you mean? I can wear that. I can put that on. Yeah, it's not going to do anything, though. Oh, well, okay. I guess that makes a little bit more sense. Okay, two picks. 2 first picks. Well, there's no adventures here, so I don't know if first picking Gorion works. You know, that Scaled Nurturer Breath Weapon plan is looking a lot better now. I don't know. I guess like Mahadi and the Skullport Merchant maybe, or actually maybe like Gorion and Oji, because you want a commander, right? Actually, wait, you want a commander. Gorion lets you play 3 colors. Getting a 3-color commander is just a great start. So yeah, either Gorion and Oji or Gorion and the Robe of the Archmagi. Just take both rares, and then it's like, yeah, I have this Vigilance Wizard with a cool robe. Yeah. The combined cards in the pack are going for $9.50 on Card Kingdom right now, and you'll never guess what the highest card is, because it's not the etched foil background or the foil rare. No, it's Breath Weapon, which is over $3. Hey, you know, it's like a potentially a kind of a cheeky one-sided Wrath, I guess, in Commander. Sure, why not? I stand by my first picks, but Breath Weapon, I suppose, is also very good. Hey, thank you, Trichronos, for this pack of Commander Legends. Always fun opening it, because it feels like I'm stepping into an alternate universe. But in this universe, I have been Graham, joined by James on Tech. Matt and Jordan edit these, and Heather gets them online. And you all do the most important part, which is watching. So I want to thank you. I want to thank Card Kingdom. Check out cardkingdom.com/LRR. You can buy some of these cards, like Breath Weapon. And I want to thank you again for supporting us on Patreon or by becoming a member on our YouTube channel. We really appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for watching. See you next time.